When I first heard of Expedition 33, I didn't know what to expect from it. I didn't know anything about the story or the concept of the game other than the fact that it was turn-based. Turn-based games have never been my favorite. Thank you Final Fantasy X for ruining that for me. I was so bad at that game, I'd even make it halfway through. But after seeing a 15-second clip showing the innovative change to this genre, allowing you to now parry or dodge attacks, I knew I had to give this game a try. Little did I know I would experience a game that would give me some very high highs and some very low lows. And today we'll be jumping into the beautiful world of Expedition 33 to unlock the Platinum Trophy, which includes a total of 56 trophies, a ton of missable trophies, and some of the most challenging fights I have ever experienced. Of course, the first and most important part is to complete the story. We are introduced to the decrepit world of Lumiere, which seems like it's inspired by the real Paris, France. That honestly explains why it looks like trash. I'm kidding, I've never even been there to know what it looks like. We meet our protagonist Gustave, who I thought was modeled after Robert Pattinson, and his foster sister Maëlle on the day of something known as the Gommage. Gustave has become estranged from his ex-lover Sophia, but since today is Sophia's Gommage, he sets aside differences to enjoy the day with Sophia. On the way to meet with Sophia, Maëlle challenges Gustave to a duel, which is where we are first introduced to the combat system of this game. Unlike most turn-based games, enemy attacks can be parried and dodged. If you manage to parry all of the enemy's attacks, you are rewarded with a powerful counterattack. This would end up being my greatest ally and my biggest enemy throughout my entire playthrough, as I would attempt to parry everything even though I suck at it. Afterwards, Gustave meets with Sophia, where we begin escorting her to the harbor. On the way, I would snag a missable trophy for defeating a peculiar enemy. What is this freaky ass shit? Oh, shit, dude. That's amazing.
For those who come up.
Time to spill some ink. Break an enemy. What does that mean to break an enemy? Oh, overcharge. Use a fully overcharge that breaks an enemy. Okay, this should just finish him. Yes. A peculiar encounter. Defeat the mime in Lumiere. Lumiere. Now, bear with me for a second while I yap about the world this game is based in, because the concept is pretty wild, but I absolutely love it. The Gommage is an event that occurs every year in this world. The people in the land of Lumiere who are at the age of the number written on the monolith are Thanos snapped out of existence on the day of the Gommage by someone known as the Paintress. The Paintress's origins are unknown. Originally, the land was once joined to a larger landmass, but was split off in an event known as the Fracture, forcing all of the survivors of the event onto a small island that is now known as Lumiere. Since that day, every year, the Paintress has been gommaging, is that even a word? The people of Lumiere. The number originally started at 100, so this has been going on for quite some time. Much like how the land has become divided, so too have the people of Lumiere on how to handle the Gommage. Some accept that their time is up and simply live out the remainder of their days to the fullest. Oh, okay. Life enjoyer, that's what we're gonna call it.
Goodbyes.
Good for him. Good for them, actually. Good for them. While others are not accepting of this and set out on something known as an expedition during the last year of their life, whose goal is to try and stop the Paintress. Major spoiler here, none of the expeditions have been successful. Gustave and his ex-lover Sophia are a representation of this divide in ideologies, with Gustave having enlisted into the next expedition, Expedition 33, while Sophia chooses to enjoy what's left of her life. Sophia also represents another belief within this world, and that is the idea of not bringing children into this messed up world, because like all others, they will soon end up orphans at a very young age when both parents are gommaged. There are some obvious but subtle parallels to real conversations in the real world. This insane concept drew me in right away, but what would happen after reaching the harbor would have this game sink its hooks deep into me and would pull me all the way in. Oh yeah, they just start disappearing. Dude, that is... Oh, not the little boys. Not the children, man. Oh, dude, that's so sad.
I'm here.
She's not. The very next day, Expedition 33 sets out in an attempt to stop the Paintress by following in the footsteps of the most successful and only expedition to have survivors, Expedition 0. But right away, things take a turn. Why is there somebody there?
You're old. How did you survive the Gommage?
At least he pointed out that he's older.
Which expedition are you from?
Oh. Did my boy just get... Damn!
Fall back!
You just stood there and took it. Within a matter of minutes, the entire expedition is massacred. And this is just the start of the game. This brings us into Act 1 Gustav, which has us play as Gustav, who somehow survived the massacre of the previous night, and immediately begins searching for survivors of the massacre. On the way, Gustav fights creatures known as Nevrons, which were the creatures that attacked the expedition, along with the mysterious old man. Gustav finds nothing but piles of bodies, and the sight of his fallen friends leaves Gustav feeling hopeless and ultimately leads him to do the unthinkable. That's crazy that you would just give up. But he is stopped by Lune, who has also survived, and she reminds him of the expedition's rules, which is enough to convince Gustav to continue for now, and we gain Lune as a new party member. Allow me to glaze Lune for just a moment, because she has a very cool design. Lune is a mage-style fighter, and the coolest thing about her is she doesn't walk around, she flies. This girl didn't even bring shoes on the expedition, and when she enters combat, she does some unnecessary aura farming. The pair then make their way to a location known as the Indigo Tree that the expedition planned to use as a rendezvous point. And this is where I would get my first taste of challenging combat.
Danger!
I did not parry that. Okay, as long as I keep him alive this round. Oh, he attacked again. Are you serious? Oh my gosh, it's over. Nope. We're trying that again. Why is he so strong? Okay, at least we're doing damage. A perfect flow with Lune consume stains 4 turns in a row. As the pair continues on to the Indigo Tree, they would encounter a Nevron that does not mindlessly attack them and instead seems to have some type of intelligence. Nevrons are assumed to lack any sort of intelligence, so this only deepens the mystery of this game. Eventually, Lune and Gustav reach the Indigo Tree where they find a survivor. Oh, not anymore. Well, was a survivor. Which leads me into my first boss battle of this game. Leo's not with us anymore.
Fuck. It's big.
That's what she said.
I pressed the wrong button. I would have parried that, but I pressed the wrong idiot. Oh my gosh. Why was that? That was some Dark Souls timing with the attacks.
Don't miss that.
I'm gonna lose this. Yep, I'm gonna lose this. Oh, and he charges up. Okay. Yep, I didn't dodge it right. There we go. Countered that. Hit him with the overcharge. This should... might kill him. Oh, he's almost dead. Okay, what is this? Oh, sick. After defeating the boss, the pair find a message stating that Mael has been taken to an area known as the Flying Waters. Lune is a bit skeptical about this message since it does not follow the expedition's protocol, but Gustav wants to press on because Mael is his foster family. Exiting the area, we're introduced to the overworld for the first time, which is essentially the world map, where we can truly take in the beautiful landscape of this world, even if it is a bit jarring at first. I don't like this view in this area. It's like I feel like I should be entering some kind of a cutscene or something right here. We then head to the Flying Waters area, which is most definitely appropriately named. Although I do find it weird that no one seems to question how this is possible. Flying Waters is my favorite area in this entire game. Not only is it absolutely gorgeous to look at, but it also has my favorite tracks of this entire game. Seriously, go give these a listen. The pair continues through the Flying Waters area in search of Mael, where along the way I would snag a trophy for opening something known as a paint cage. Paint cage. Paint cages contain rare loot. To unlock the cage, find its 3 locks and shoot them. Can it show me what one of the... I'm guessing that's one of them. You can't tell me there's loot. Paint cage. Break a paint cage. Eventually, we would find the alive and well Mael, who has probably fared the best out of the entire expedition. Mael has been under the care of a creature who the only thing we know about is that it is called the Curator. With Mael rescued, we now get a taste of this game's combat when having a full party, and get introduced to yet another mechanic of the combat system. Melee skills change her battle stance. Defensive stance takes less damage and gains 1 AP per parry or dodge. Offensive stance deals more damage but takes increased damage. Virtuous stance deals a lot more damage. Okay, why wouldn't I just be in virtuous stance at all times? That's so much to remember with her. Holy cow. She is a complex character. Knowing little about this creature, for some reason the group invites it to stay in our camp because it can upgrade our abilities. I would not be able to sleep knowing this thing was 10 feet away from me. And stepping outside, we would meet one of the best characters in the entire game, Noko. Are you worthy, mustache man? I do like that brush on your face. Noko is what's known as a Gestural. Gestrals are a race in this world who care about 2 things: trading and fighting. In fact, whenever you find a merchant, you will have to beat them in a fight before they will trade you their best items. And these guys are always looking for a fight. After leaving the Flying Waters area, the group rests up at camp where we experience the first of many of Mael's nightmares. While Gustav may be the protagonist we play as, it's clear from these sequences that Mael is the true main character and has a greater role to play in the story. While at camp that night, I would also unlock various trophies for miscellaneous tasks. The group continues on to the Gestural village, where we would be forced to fight in their arena, and this is where we would find another Expedition 33 survivor, CL. I would seriously underestimate CL at first because I felt like I was already drinking from a fire hose of information and just learning how to use the characters and trying to build them correctly, that she would sit on the sidelines for a while and almost never be used, but later on would become an absolute necessity to my main party. For completing the arena, the Gestural Chief gives us the password to enter the lair of my all-time favorite character, Eskia, who can help the group cross an ocean that stands between them and the Paintress. Eskia possesses several abilities, but he can only use them if he has rocks, which we have to first find for him. The first rock Eskia needs has been stolen by his neighbor Francois, who we have to retrieve it from. Uses the strongest ice attack ever. Jesus, okay. Holy shit.
That's not Flory.
Eskia joins our party, which allows the group to now explore once unreachable parts of the world map. The party heads to a location known as the Stone Wave Cliffs. The group sets off in search of Eskia's rock, and along the way we would encounter an entity known as the Fading Boy. This is just one of 3 fading type entities that are encountered around the world. Each one of these you encounter speaks in riddles about knowing the Paintress before the world was fractured. A lot of what they say did not make sense to me at the time, but only deepened the mystery of the game for me, making me want to keep pressing on until the mystery of this game was solved. At the end of the Stone Wave Cliffs, we face the Lamp Master, who the group defeats to get Eskia's rock that allows him to swim. With Eskia's new ability, the group can sail straight to the Paintress.
Like I always say, it's not about the rock. It's more about...
Oh no!
Run.
Please run.
Oh my god. The loss of Gustav is absolutely gut-wrenching. But what also hurts is that up until this point, Gustav was hopeless. The events of the expedition's arrival had definitely rattled him. The only thing he wanted to do was find Mael and go back to Lumiere. He did not care about the expedition's mission anymore. He had lost faith that what remained of Expedition 33 would be enough to do the impossible. But just as he found hope, just as he thought they could do the impossible, it was ripped from him. Not only has the group lost a critical member, but Mael has lost the only family she had. The loss of Gustav was surprising and definitely not something that I saw coming at all, especially this early in the game. Even after witnessing his death, I still hung on to the hope that somehow Gustav would be revived, because there were still plenty of skills locked on the skill tree, but this is really just a trick from the developers and actually a clever way of foreshadowing what's to come. Before the mysterious man can do harm to Mael, a man from one of Mael's nightmares saves her. This concludes Act 1 and begins Act 2, Verso. While this game is amazing and a 10 out of 10 through and through, this is the only part of the game I have a gripe with. Well, this and one of Lune's abilities being named Hell, but having such a weak animation. I mean, come on, with a name like that, it should look like hell has been unleashed upon the world. Losing Gustav is a heavy moment in the game, and the game doesn't even give you time to really take in his loss. It continues to layer on more mystery to the game while also ushering in Verso's character. It's actually great storytelling. I'm just upset about losing Gustav. No, 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 no. We're not doing this. We're not doing... We didn't just spend. And then... I'd assume there's 3 acts in the game, but we did not just spend the entire first act with Gustav and then kill him off and just move on like, oh yeah, here's your replacement. Verso's gonna replace Gustav. No, you can't. We're not just doing that. That's not allowed. Flag on the play. Verso introduces himself to the expeditioners, and we also find out that himself and the old man whose name is Renoir are actually from Expedition 0 and have been granted immortality from the Paintress. Supposedly, Renoir kills expeditioners to prevent them from reaching the Paintress, thus taking away his immortality. With Verso now a member of the expedition, we continue pressing on to the monolith and follow Verso to a location where we can bury Gustav. Well, what's left of him. We make our way through an area known as the Forgotten Battlefield, where an entire expedition was wiped out. Like most of the areas before this, there's an area boss to clear before you can finish the area, but the boss was way easier than the Nevrons encountered here. Oh, what is that thing? Holy shit. Brother, I am dead here. No, dude. That's over. Verso leads the group to a meadow where Gustav can be buried, and this meadow has served as a burial ground for previous expeditioners that Verso was traveling with. Verso then tells the group to head to the old city of Lumiere, the city that existed before the fracture that split the tiny island from the mainland.
So where is this heart? What does it look like?
What it looks like, that I don't know, but
There is supposedly an impenetrable barrier around the paintress, and Verso believes that in order to take down the barrier, we must go after her heart, which is located somewhere in Old Lumiere. On the way to Old Lumiere, we stop at Monoko Station to pick up one of Verso's friends, Monoko. We pick up Monoko and meet another species that inhabits the land known as the Grandees, who are basically a race of pacifists. Monoko joins our party and we learn about Monoko's abilities, which are quite strange. Monoko's abilities don't come from chroma or any other type of weapon. They come from the Nevron feet that he collects. Lune doesn't wear shoes and this guy collects feet. Someone at Sandfall clearly has a foot fetish.
to what do we owe the pleasure of your company?
We're heading for Old Lumiere.
Okay, bye.
Hey, come on.
Expedition 33. Unlock all playable characters. The group presses on to Old Lumiere where they would get split up. Verso and Mael continue on together in search of a mansion where Verso believes the heart is. Upon reaching the mansion, Renoir would emerge as well as the scarred masked woman and another woman who looks similar to the curator. The rest of the group would also arrive and confront Verso about a secret they discovered in the Journal of Expedition 58. Renoir is Verso's father. In fact, everyone inside of this mansion is Verso's family. We then face off with Renoir yet again. Dude, it was a gradient.
This ends now.
Oh, the base boost to that. Jesus. What is the freaking timing? I lost. Although things go better this time around, not everyone in the group would survive the encounter. Where's Noko? Oh no, not Noko, man. The mansion vanishes, and so too does our only chance at getting to the paintress. But luckily, Lune had learned from Expedition 58's journal that there is another way to break the barrier. The curator can supposedly make a weapon strong enough to break the paintress's barrier, but it requires the heart of the axons. Axons are incredibly strong Nevrons. There are 4 in the world of Lumiere, but one was mysteriously killed, and the 4th is not mentioned at this time. The group heads to the Visages to face the masked axon known as He Who Guards Truth with Lies. This axon is actually intelligent enough to speak and greets the group upon arriving and invites them to chat. Instead of heading directly to the axon, I would explore the optional paths. Each of these paths leads to one of the axon's masks that represents an emotion: joy, sadness, and anger. Each of these masks is defeated, which presumably makes the final fight easier. Wow, that killed? The Expeditioner reached level 33. The first phase of this boss battle was easy, but what we fought was just a decoy. Remember, this is He Who Guards Truth with Lies. But now the real fight would begin. Okay, should burn. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The first Axon is defeated, and we now make our way to the second Axon, Serene. We descend through the Colosseum she resides in and eventually make it to her for a very difficult fight. Oh, perfection! Oh, really? With Verso, reach rank S. Unlike the first Axon that had already been weakened by previous expeditions, Serene is only slightly weakened if you defeat an optional boss.
The ink flow.
Oh, now it wants to tell me. Charm is a status effect that prevents the character from playing. Instead, the character attacks one of its... Oh, beautiful.
You're outmatched.
Oh my dang, dude. It's over. Yep. With both Axons defeated, the hearts are given to the Curator, who creates a weapon known as Barrier Breaker. We destroy the barrier and make our way into the monolith for a battle with the Paintress. But as we would discover, the lady sitting on the monolith is not the real Paintress, and we must now enter the monolith in search of the real Paintress. Once inside the monolith, we are confronted once more by Renoir. Oh, what is this? And Renoir or Verso is gone? Brother. Oh, come on. It's the fucking delay on that one, dude. Like, he acts like he's gonna attack and then he just doesn't. I'm fucking losing. Okay, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this. Maybe. Oh yeah, right here off the counter. Yep, that's it. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay. Took a couple tries, but we got it in the end. Since Renoir and Verso are immortal, Renoir cannot actually be defeated, but with the help of the Curator, Mael is able to take him out for good. We then descend deeper into the monolith before finally reaching the real Paintress, who, as it turns out, is the hollow-looking lady we saw earlier at the mansion. Which means the heart that Verso was actually looking for was the Paintress. I got it this time. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I don't got it. I don't got it. I did not have, I in fact did not have it. I love how he said, look what I found, like he was some kind of a dog. Here's where I start playing the revive game. Can you stop it? I just got him up, bro. Oh, holy cow. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, it's like that. I just gotta make it happen right here. Yes? Did I make it happen? I did. Thank you. Woo. She's not even really alive.
Take your shots.
Heals an Expeditioner. Why would she heal an Expeditioner? No, that actually makes me sad. I don't want to attack. That actually makes me sad. Why did she heal somebody? And the music, bro. Come on now.
Why?
Rest now. Things have been better.
With the Paintress defeated and the world of Lumiere now free of the threat of a Gommage, the Expeditioners return to celebrate. But it is short-lived, as the truth would be known once Verso reads the letter left by his sister, the scarred woman known as Aileen. In the biggest plot twist I have ever experienced in a game, as it turns out, the Paintress has been the one protecting Lumiere this whole time, while the Curator was the one invoking the Gommage. And it is also discovered that Verso is the son of the Paintress and the Curator. I thought they were just role-playing this whole time, but it turns out he is their actual son. With the Paintress gone, there was now no one to stop the Curator.
For in ridding the world of the Paintress, you'd lose the sole force standing against the one who would erase us, the one who invokes the flowers of the Gommage. An act of love, for he does love her. Your father. On her monolith, she paints a warning for us all. Of the few she can save as her power wanes. Your mother paints life, whilst your father, death.
No freaking way, dude. What a plot twist. Holy cow. No way. This isn't the true ending of the game, right? This isn't the true ending, right? As much as I tried to keep up with the story and predict what was to come next, this game did a wonderful job of keeping the mystery the entire time, and I would never know what to expect next. But just as I reached the peak of my confusion, everything would begin to make sense. Which now brings us into a glimpse in the past, which takes place during Monolith Year 49. In this act, we play as someone who bears a resemblance to Maëlle if she was severely burned. The world of Lumiere is nothing more than a painting that was created by the real Verso. However, the real Verso died in a fire that also left his sister Alicia severely disfigured. The family Verso and Alicia are a part of the, I'm gonna butcher this name, the Descendre. Take it from here, Renoir.
Descendre.
Possess the abilities of painters. While these abilities are never fully explained, it seems that they are able to use their own life force to create whole new worlds inside of a painter's canvas that on the outside appear as normal paintings to the average person. After the loss of Verso, his mother Aileen understandably fell into a depression, and in an attempt to deal with the grief of losing her son, she would enter the canvas that Verso had painted. Since this was a canvas Verso painted, she could use pieces of his life force to recreate him inside of the canvas. The real Renoir would also follow Aileen into the canvas in an attempt to forcibly remove her from it, and to destroy it, as he does not believe this is a healthy way to deal with her grief. And spending too much time inside a painting can also kill the painter. The two are essentially having a war inside of the canvas that we know as the fracture. Their war ends up in a stalemate with Aileen trapped inside the monolith and Renoir trapped underneath of it. Alicia is tasked by her sister Clea to enter the painting and help remove Aileen from it. But after being overwhelmed by her mother's power, she is forcibly reborn inside the canvas world, forgetting all her memories, and lives out an entirely new life inside the painting as Maëlle. But the final Gommage has awakened her memories, bringing us now into Act 3, Maëlle. With Maëlle having recovered her memories, we head to the center of Lumiere to meet with the real Renoir and convince him to restore the canvas. Despite Maëlle's pleas, he refuses and begins destroying the canvas. Verso and Maëlle then escape from Renoir, and with Maëlle's recovered abilities, she ungommages Lune and Ciel. However, Renoir controls the chroma in the canvas, so conveniently she only had enough to bring these two back. Before we return to face Renoir, the group travels around the land to the corpses of the failed expeditions. When the expeditioners died to Nevrons, their chroma would remain trapped in their bodies, unlike those that are gommaged. With this, Maëlle gathers chroma from the dead expeditioners to create an undead army. We return to Lumiere to face Renoir for the final time and use Maëlle's undead army to make our way to Renoir. Maëlle attempts to reason with Renoir one more time, but he still refuses to listen to reason. Renoir believes it is his duty as a parent to make the hard choices for Maëlle, while Maëlle believes that this is her chance at living a life she truly enjoys after being left disfigured from the fire that also left her without a voice, and she lives with the guilt that she is partially to blame for Verso's death. Maëlle does not feel that there is anything left for her in the real world, and this is where we can finally begin to understand what this game is about. The story was never really about stopping the paintress. It has always been about grief. The Descendre family, I'm probably butchering that, Renoir.
Descendre.
The family of painters are all grieving in their own ways. The loss of Verso has torn the family apart. Maëlle blames herself for Verso's death and also suffers from survivor's guilt. She also knows that her family does blame her for Verso's death, since she was apparently working with another group known as the Riders, who supposedly started the fire. Aileen, the paintress, attempts to escape her grief by recreating the version of Verso that we know, the painted Verso. And it's clear she also blames Maëlle, as the version of Maëlle she painted, Aileen, was painted with all of her disfigurements. While only shown briefly, Maëlle's sister chooses to ignore her grief by burying herself in work, attempting to use work to escape her feelings. Renoir is the only member of the family attempting to confront the tragic event. He doesn't want to destroy the canvas because it is the last thing they have left of the real Verso, but he knows he has to, because the family will never truly move on and deal with their grief in a healthy manner if Verso's canvas remains. The world of Lumiere has simply been caught in the crossfire of this grieving family. The final battle with Renoir is not very difficult, but does see the return of Aileen to the canvas to assist, as Renoir would revive the Axons.
Look at the damage!
Summons the Axons. Excuse me.
We must accept things as they are, not how we want them to be.
Excuse me. What are we doing? Oh, this is it.
Try me.
The hauler. What's the hauler? Oh, come on. Really? What kind of attack was that? Like, seriously, though.
Oh well.
Serena rescues Renoir. Really? Oh, is the paintress coming back? Oh, yep. Hello. She's bringing out the monolith, isn't she? Yep, she is. Not again. Oh. Damn! With Renoir defeated, he finally yields to Mael's wishes as he realizes that even though he wants what he believes is best for her, only she can be the one to decide. And Mael promises to not stay too long in this world. Verso hops into a portal that Renoir had opened that takes him to the heart of the canvas. The heart of the canvas being the piece of Verso's soul, who is the fading boy that we have encountered throughout the story. Verso confronts Mael, saying that she lied and she does not intend to ever leave the canvas, and points out that even Renoir knew that she lied. Staying too long in the canvas will kill her. For that reason, Verso now wants to destroy the canvas himself, as he does not believe any of this is worth losing her life. And this is where a choice is made to decide the fate of the canvas. I chose to do this battle as Verso, as his ending felt like it was the proper conclusion to this story. Mael will die if she remains in the canvas, and this will only further destroy her family. This battle between the two reminds me a lot of the last Agni Kai from Avatar: The Lost Airbender, which, if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Verso is victorious in the end, but this is the furthest thing from a happy ending.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
I knew it was the right choice, but goddamn, that hurts.
Us.
Knew that was Verso. Trying so hard not to just cry. Forcing Mael out of the canvas proves to have been the right decision, as it appears the Descendre family was able to come to terms with the loss of Verso. And that finally concludes this story. I mentioned before that I knew nothing about this game before jumping in, but I was pleasantly surprised with this entire game. There isn't a single thing about this game that isn't well done. The animations are really well done, attacks look incredible, and I even love the finer details like how switching menus in combat changes the character's stance. It makes everything feel so alive and immersive. And the sound design for this game is phenomenal as well. The abilities you use feel like they really pack a punch, and really the sound of a counterattack would be the reason why I would attempt to parry everything in this game. The soundtrack for this game is also amazing. Never in a million years would I think that I would like classical opera style music, but I found myself loving every song, and it powerfully underscored every moment. Even if this game doesn't win Game of the Year, it will be my own personal game of the year. There are several trophies for raising each of your party members' relationship level to the max. Doing so unlocks new abilities and a trophy for each character. You can reach max relationship level before completing the game, but I wouldn't actually complete this until after the main story. I didn't realize you can go to camp and raise your relationship levels at any time. I love the approach for side content in this game because it reminds me a lot of the way my favorite game series, Mass Effect, handles side characters' relationships. That is, talking with characters to learn more about them and then completing a quest for them. The only exception is Esquier, as there isn't much to learn from him and you mostly have heartfelt conversations where we give him his own expedition armband to make him feel included.
Anyway, I want a headband.
Your head is humongous. You're gonna need so much cloth.
I have a big
Big
brain.
brain. I love SK, dude. Oh my goodness, I love it, dude. And eventually find his final rock that allows him to dive underwater.
You're welcome.
I love when he does the jiggle. Their incredible adventure has made the bond between Verso and SK even stronger. Plane, train, and submarine. Lune's relationship consists of learning about her life in Lumiere. She was born to parents that were obsessed with research, and her parents only had Lune so that she could basically be their scribe. Lune has continued on her parents' research, learning all she can both before and during the expedition. Eventually, she asks that we help her locate her parents' expedition and learn more about their last moments. Verso takes Lune to the location where we battle the Nevron that killed her parents and find her parents' journal. However, it is a disappointing moment for Lune. While her parents had high hopes for her, they only cared about her continuing on their research. Lune. Mael's relationship is a little more involved. After learning more about her life in Lumiere, that she was an outcast and the only family that accepted Mael was Gustave and his sister. Her sense of not belonging in Lumiere is what pushed her to join the expedition, even though she had 9 more years before her own gommage. Eventually, Mael would ask Verso to take her to meet the painted version of herself, Aileen. Verso takes Mael to the Reacher, which is the 4th Axon. That's it. Oh, Trailbreaker. Reach level 66. Okay. Each Axon is an archetype of the, help me out here, Renoir, children. The Reacher represents Mael as she is constantly building a tower in an attempt to reach the stars, which is supposed to represent Mael reaching her true potential. The Reacher even has one eye, which is supposed to represent Mael having only one eye after the fire. We ascend the tower where we meet with Alicia. Alicia and Mael then enter the Axon where they have a duel. Chill. Okay. Why does she get 2 turns and I get 1? Oh, yay. I can't even dodge. I was too early. Oh my gosh. Yeah, wow, look at that critical. Holy cow. Okay. Woo. Afterwards, Mael would offer to repaint Alicia, but she declines, instead asking Mael to erase her and free her of the tragic and scarred life she has been forced to live. Verso was angry with Mael for not letting him say goodbye before Mael asks him the most important question in the entire game.
Did you let Renoir kill Gustave? Could you have saved him?
Oh, ho, 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 ho. What a question, dude. Let's go. Let's tell the truth. We got to tell the truth.
Yes.
You scumbag. Why didn't you save him?
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Why?
I was afraid. If you found out about the canvas and he was there, you would refuse to help me send Mama home.
Why would that change? So you let him die just to get your way?
I should have told you everything sooner.
Yeah, you keep saying that, dude. You've said that so many times.
I couldn't take any chances.
Wow.
Thanks for telling me the truth.
There's no way you're okay with him after. I wouldn't be okay with him. He let your brother die. What blows my mind about this is just how casually Maëlle accepts this information. She doesn't seem to get angry or upset, and I understand Gustave can be repainted, but it is still the fact that Verceau chose to not save Gustave just so he could get his way. This would have been the start of my villain arc. Team I hate Verceau in the comments. Maëlle. Next up is Monoko, who I absolutely love. Monoko is another one of Verceau's best friends. Since the fracture, the pair have spent many years together, going on numerous adventures together, and act more like brothers because these two are always trying to fight. What I absolutely love about Monoko, though, is that he puts on a tough guy act, but is not as tough as he seems. Conversations between the two are mostly reminiscing on the past and helping Monoko polish his foot collection. Eventually, Monoko would ask for help to revive Noko. To do so, we head to the sacred river where Gestrals can be resurrected. However, there is apparently a queue since the Gestral chief believes it would be chaos to resurrect all Gestrals at once. Monoko thinks the queue is stupid, so he challenges the Gestral chief to a duel that if Monoko wins, he will be allowed to revive Noko.
I demand a trial by combat.
Do I have to participate?
Please help me.
Noko is revived, but just like Monoko mentioned before, it isn't the true Noko, as not all of Noko's memories and personality are brought back with him. The previous Noko cared deeply about trading, and the new Noko seems to not care. The newly resurrected Noko is taken by the chief back to the village while he acclimates to life, which saddens Monoko, but he also understands that this is just the way things are.
Now come over here and let's snuggle.
Little spoon.
Obviously.
Monoko and Verceau understand each other more than ever. The bond they share is unbreakable. Monoko! And finally, on to my favorite character by far, CL. While all members of the expedition party have tragic stories, CL is by far the most tragic, and unlike the others, CL does not have a side quest to reach max level. When first talking with CL, she is closed off and never willing to give very much information about herself other than she is terrified of water, and she had a husband who was presumably taken by the Gamage, although she would very quickly blow off some steam with Verceau.
What do you have in mind?
That depends. How adventurous are you feeling?
At least she's not the jealous type. After they did what needed doing, they sat for a while and composed After they did what needed doing, then they composed music? Are we saying they went and did the deed? CL smiles at them as they return to camp. She knows. However, later on, Verceau would convince CL to come with him so that he can teach her to properly swim and conquer her fear of the water. CL would open up about herself after this. She isn't scared of the water because she can't swim, it's much darker than that. CL, like most others, had become an orphan at a young age because of the Gamage. CL's husband was not taken by the Gamage and had actually drowned while traveling from the island of Lumiere to one of the other islands. She was so grief-stricken after losing her husband that she attempted to take her own life by drowning herself. She would somehow survive, and upon awaking would be told by the doctors that she was pregnant, but her drowning had caused her to lose the child. CL seriously has the most tragic story. She had experienced 2 losses in a very short amount of time, and this plays into her character. CL does not fear death, she welcomes it. While she still holds on to hope that she can resurrect her husband, especially knowing that Maëlle is a paintress, she also welcomes the relief that death would bring her from her grief. While I completed her story after the main story, looking back on the ending I chose makes this moment hit so much harder. CL has confided her darkest secret to Verceau. Bound by grief and dark thoughts, their connection deepens. CL. And not related to any of the main characters of the game, throughout the story we stumble upon Nevrons that are not like the others. These Nevrons not only look different, but act different, possessing almost a form of intelligence. Each one will assign you a quest, which is normally just finding an item for them, but some require you complete a trial. You can do these quests in any order, and I would end up doing them as I came across them, which saw me ending at the abnormally freaky hand Nevron, who would explain that it is his job to actually destroy the other abnormal Nevrons, but he was unable to. Since I had chosen to only assist the Nevrons and did not kill a single one of them, Noor would end up thanking me. Kindly accept this. May you continue to help those who have strayed from their path.
Claire.
Aiding the enemy. There's still plenty left to do with numerous collectibles, optional bosses, and some miscellaneous trophies that include character abilities, upgrading weapons, and mini games. While most of these are non-eventful moments, the best part of this was getting to explore the vast land and all that it has to experience. Not every area needs to be explored for the platinum, but a good portion of my playthrough would be spent just exploring. Open world games are my kryptonite because I cannot help the feeling of needing to search every nook and cranny. Across the mainland, there are several gestural beaches, and within each of them is a mini game you can complete. Completing all these earns our next trophy. Some of these games would be fairly trivial, like completing a parkour course. The only problem would be the game's awful movement. Oh my goodness. What? Jump. Do the barrel roll. Brother, grab the edge. I'm landing on it. I'm on it. I'm on the freaking log. I'm on the log. However, others would be much more challenging, such as playing volleyball with young Gestrals as the ball. This has got to be the dumbest way to play volleyball, or having to complete a miniature only up game. Only a few Gestrals managed to reach the top, but those who did are so proud they decided to live there and never come back. Okay. What is that game called? Is it like only up? Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. I'm not scared of heights, but the fear of falling and having to start all over again made me feel weak in the knees every time I had to jump to another platform, which was mostly due to the traversal issues and not knowing if my character would want to grab the edge or not. We've grabbed it every other time. What happened now? God, I knew I should have just kept going. I knew I should have just kept going. What the fuck? You know what, dude? I'm getting in such a bad mood. This music's starting to tick me off. Oh my god! Grab this shit! Oh my god, dude. You know that feeling of falling? That's how I feel every single time I have to jump and grab something. You bet. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, tuck and roll. Tuck and roll, buddy. Or having to climb this tower with fireballs. The worst part of this one is that I'd actually managed to climb this tower after just a few tries, but had not realized that I could only reach the top on the middle hook. Over. Back over. Up again. Up again. Oh, I'm getting hit. Oh my god, I was at the top. Go up the center. Go over to the right. Up. Up. Keep going up. Keep going up. We're almost there. Keep going up. Keep going up. I don't like that. Keep going up. Keep going up. Keep going up. You almost got this. What's the goal here? What's the goal? What's the goal? Okay, so I had to look at a guide. Apparently, you have to be on the center column in order to climb up. Oh, I made it. Okay. Oh, I didn't even see that one there. All right, buddy, I did your challenge. Gestural games. And next up is to conquer the Endless Tower. The Endless Tower is an area you gain access to late in the game. It consists of 11 stages, each with 3 trials. I'm not really sure why it's called the Endless Tower when it's actually not endless. As you move up in stages, the difficulty continues to increase. In the tower, I would end up facing every enemy in the game, including bosses and beefed up chromatic versions. Facing all these enemies was actually a very easy way to assist Monoko with his foot fetish. Using him in these fights saved a ton of time in having to run around the map collecting these from different Nevrons found across the world. world. Since I had also gone through the story with little thought to my character's build, the tower did provide an opportunity to try new character builds and dial them in. While I mostly cruised through the tower, that would change once I reached stage 9. We're still going to stage 9? Dog, how long is this? Oh, no. Sure, we'll try the reserve team. Why not? You know what? We'll entertain this.
Let's finish this.
That's a Radiant. Let's play the revive game. I like this game. Yes. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Well, that was only stage 9 trial 2. Here goes stage 9 trial 3. Good luck me. What do we got? Oh my gosh.
It likes you.
Another VK, dude. Oh my goodness. 2 of them? Brother, please. Send help immediately. Send help immediately. I would end up spending a few nights trying to get through the endless tower, and it would take me a few days to finally climb to the final stage. Getting to this point was hard enough, but I was not prepared for what waited at the end. Oh, painted love. Yay. All right. See, that's an easy one to counter. Except for that one. That one's bullcrap. Damn, lady, when you're gonna attack, can you just attack instead of dancing all around in front of me? Brother, send help. Or not. I've not even gotten them a quarter way down. Oh, Rousseau's dead. Look at that. Just do your attack. Why do you gotta slow down for everything? Like, look at how long... I really don't care anymore. I don't care. I was tired of getting bent over by the dysfunctional family duo, so I would instead move on to completing other trophies, such as finding all 9 lost gestrels, which gives you an ability to now break these rocks. Lost gestrels. And continue with the remaining collectibles that are music records and journals. Music records are nothing special and allow you to add some ambiance at the campsite. I normally hate collectibles because they are very tedious and normally suck the fun out of gaming. But Expedition 33's journals were actually very fun to collect. Each journal is from one of the previous expeditions or other characters in the game. The journals mostly give insight into an expedition's final moments. Most were just very tragic endings or downright hilarious, like Expedition 60's, whose motto could have been, "I am that guy, pal." This expedition had trained their bodies to their peak performance. They relied on nothing more than their raw strength and speed. They didn't use weapons and even gave up clothes. They had managed to make it inside the monolith's barrier, where they discovered the truth about the Gommage, but ultimately failed to make it back to Lumiere before their Gommage. Then there is Expedition 66, who was accidentally killed off when Esquier fed them mushrooms that were poisonous to humans. I gotta defend my boy Esquier. He thought they were okay to eat because Verceau could eat them, but Verceau's immortal. But then there is also Verceau's journal, where you learn that Verceau killed off an expedition because they grew suspicious of him after witnessing him survive a fatal wound. No one's gonna talk about it. We let this guy get away with literal murder. Okay, literal murder. Blows my mind, dude. Blows my mind. Like, finding out he could have saved Gustave and just being like, yo, I could have saved him, but you wouldn't have done what I wanted you to do. And like, we're just okay with that. They're just like, okay, it's all right, we can still be best friends, even though basically what was my brother in this world died and you could have saved him, but instead you were selfish. But I'm just totally okay with the fact that you let him die. And you know what? I just found out you also killed other expeditions because they dared to ask questions. Like, what? Verceau is the real villain of this game. you can't change my mind. Collecting all of these did not take very much time, and in just a short amount of time, I had all but the last music record and journal. Unfortunately, the final music record is earned by completing the Endless Tower, which I was struggling to do, and the final journal entry was only obtainable after defeating Simon. Not only was I stuck on the final stage of the tower, I had no idea where Simon was. While out collecting music records and journals, I would unlock a few trophies for consuming 24 tel with CL. Okay, we're in Twilight. This should hopefully crank you up to 20. 20, great. Now we want to hit Phantom Blade. Maximization, there it is. Promo proficiency. Using upgraded skills with Minoko, defeating a boss without taking damage, and upgrading a weapon to the max level. The only thing I knew about Simon was he was located somewhere in Renoir's drafts. Where is this supposed to take me? I didn't want to actually go in. I just wanted to peek it. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I don't. No, I don't like this. Are you Simon? Did I accidentally stumble upon Simon? He reminds me of the Nameless King from what I've seen of him so far.
Look out.
Buddy just one shot versus so okay. We are running so far away from Simon. Simon was no joke, and he's even the hardest boss in the game. Heck, he might even be the hardest boss I've ever fought in my gaming history. It was clear that I was not ready to face Simon, and I was not ready to face the last stage of the Endless Tower. So I would begin the tedious process of level grinding since there was a trophy for reaching level 99. I've said many times before that I hate collectibles, but I think I hate level grinding more. Getting to level 99 would take hours, even using the method of fighting 3 specific groups of enemies in Renoir's drafts that reward a ton of XP. I would do this circuit so many times that it eventually became a no-hit run every time, netting a 20% experience increase. But even with this increase, it would take hours. When I couldn't take doing the same mindless task over and over again, I finally returned to the Endless Tower. Okay, gonna hit him with Gomage. See how much damage this possibly can do. Tell him to get out of this canvas. 7.7 million. My goodness. All right. Gomage. $5.4, I'll take it. Closer than I've ever been. That's fine. That's fine. Is this gonna finish? Yes! Endless. Reach the top of the Endless Tower. That was so much harder than it needed to be, dude. Oh my goodness. Holy freaking cow, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh, Connoisseur? Oh, find all 33 music records. Yeah, okay, nice. And shortly after, I would track down the last enemy needed to complete Minoko's foot fetish. There were still several optional bosses that I had not fought yet that reward a trophy for defeating each one, which I would finally decide to take them on. But at this point, I was severely over-leveled and would defeat them fairly quickly with little trouble. I spent more time listening to the music than it took to defeat the bosses. The only one of these optional bosses that would give me some trouble is Clea, who I would stumble upon while completing another trophy. I think it is. This is it right here, right? Oh, the Flying Manor. Is that it? What's in the Flying Manor? Do you wish to open the door? Yeah, open the door. One last time. Do you truly? Yes, open the door. Watch it be some kind of troll. Clea is the creator of the Nevrons and creates these creatures to kill expeditioners. If expeditioners die from Nevrons, then their chroma will not return to the paintress, which will in turn weaken her, leading to Clea's ultimate goal of removing the paintress from the canvas. Since she is the mother of the Nevrons, she basically uses all of them in this fight. Oh my goodness. I can hardly tell what's going on. Oh, okay. All right, okay. You know, that's just not cool. Finish it, finish it. Clea! And finally, there is the boss of the Painted Workshop, which requires you to visit 3 different locations in order to access the boss. Being overleveled, this was another easy fight. Once I had finally reached level 99, the only thing that stood between me and the platinum was Simon. After seeing how quickly I lost to Simon when I first found him, I had chosen not to return until I completed every other trophy. I had figured that I would have an easier time because I would at least be at the max level, but this was silly thinking. Okay, all right, Simon wasn't too bad. 1.2 million XP from that. Simon was not too bad. Oh, he's coming back. Oh, okay, great. Thanks, Clea. That's just not fair. Just gets powered up by a paintress. Oh my goodness. Not the Bonkai. Whoever designed Simon, I hope both sides of your pillow are always warm. And every time you use the bathroom, I hope you always get a Poseidon's kiss. Not only does Simon get an insane amount of turns, drains characters to 1 HP, and there's nothing you can do about it, but he also removes dead characters from the fight, and he has some insane attack patterns that seemed impossible to parry. There is a way to cheat Simon's battle and basically one-shot him, but where's the fun in that? Doing that also means you won't get to laugh at my suffering. Instead, I would cheat my own way by using the cheater peak dose, giving every character 2 turns, and would rely on a combo with CL and Mael. CL would buff Mael's damage, and Mael would then use her Gommage Gradient, which is the strongest ability in the game. In order to obtain this platinum, I was going to have to defeat Simon the legitimate way. And did I mention this is on Expert? No, this is where she dies. I almost had all that! Ah! Oh, no, too early. See, it's all that dancing around. It's all that dance. Just attack. Just attack, dude. This isn't ballet. This isn't dance class, man. Just attack. Oh, I got it. Oh, they're dead. Okay, never mind. I don't know that one's timing. Oh, already he wants to kill him. Aha! I survived! I did it! I did it! Oh my goodness, we're gaming! Okay, never mind. Never mind. We're not gaming. Even when I felt like I finally had the hang of Simon, he still had more tricks up his sleeve. I'm gonna just go Maj you. $10 mil. I will take it. Oh boy. Oh, wait, I got second chance. Hold on. Hold on, I got second chance. 3 million damage. Yeah, okay. Well, that's right. She got last stand critical. Wait, what do I say? What am I saying? That I should stop saying? What is this? What is this? I just noticed the chat on the screen is also not even displaying properly. Can someone tell me what just happened? Do you only have a certain amount of turns to beat him? Oh, does more now. Damn. Simon's third form removes your entire party, whether they're alive or dead, forcing you to have to use your reserve party. Lune and Minoko were my reserve party members, but they did not pack the same punch that my main party did. With Simon's insane amount of health and now increased attacks, it would take a miracle to beat him. Who made this? I just want to talk with them, dude. Who made this? I just want to have a chat. Who made this? What the fuck? I pissed! Oh my god! I got that one unlocked, dude. Phase 3 is gonna be the problem. Okay, see, look, I'm fucking pressing the button. Okay, all right, we get to go Maj. Give me 10 mil. 5 mil, okay. I guess. Okay, no, it's that bug again. Dude, I can't use my second party. All right, Mayo. No pressure here, buddy. More than 3 million. 12 million, let's go! Oh my god, and it's gonna break. He's broken. Hold on, is this it? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. This is okay. We got this. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Yep. Send in the reserve. He can't jump. It's bugged. Oh my god, dude. I'm too early. That's fine. We'll deal with it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh wait, she's got a second chance. Wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. Oh my god, let's go. Let's go. Yes! Ah! Oh, I need another victory lap. Oh, I need another victory lap. I don't even, only 3, no, that's 3 hours on stream. I can't even tell you how long. I tried for, I think, 4 days, each at 4-hour intervals. All right, this will be like the 3rd platinum on the channel. Follow the trail. And then this should be the platinum, the greatest expedition in history. Expedition 33 was overall a tremendous game. I had originally only played it for its combat system, but fell in love with it for its amazing story. This is truly a game I wish I could forget just so I could experience it for the first time all over again. If you want to see another game that I wish I could experience all over again, be sure to check out this video.